What's up, everyone? Welcome to another cracka crumbs update. This is technically a part 2, but if I wait another hour or so, it would be a new day, so it doesn't really matter. But a lot of things have happened since earlier today when I made my first video. As of right now, I'm incognito. Anyway, actually, the reason I'm wearing this is twofold. Ninja gripping claws. Didn't tighten them though. But anyway, a friend of mine was asking about my ninjutsu stuff from when I used to take it, and he wanted to see what some of the gear looked like. So again, I'm answering requests. This is actually part to one of my my many masks when I studied in ninjutsu. It's a cool thing because ninjutsu itself, it basically, depending on your teacher and depending on the school, goes by colors as suits rather than just belts. For instance, black is considered to be the lowest of the rankings, whereas in other martial arts, black is the highest. In ninjutsu, certain schools, like I said, white is the highest because it's the hardest to camouflage, and that's pretty much what this is all about with the color schemes. Me personally, I never made it to white. Maybe one day. The highest I ever got was I'm trying to remember what the highest one was. I believe I made it to red or yellow. I have to check my case. I forgot what suits I'm up to. But anyway, so here you go. You get a little chance to see of what a ninja version of me would look like. The other reason this was on, which I'm going to take it off now because incognito is now over. Another reason. Whew, it's a different story. Wow, haven't had that in a long time. The other reason, I was talking to my shidoshi, which is ninjutsu teacher. It's a Japanese word for teacher. And he agreed to, if I wanted, to train me again, as long as I go all out this time and stick with it and stuff like that. And I talked to my fiance, and she was saying it'd be a great idea because I can get back in shape. And yeah, I loved it. Absolutely loved it. And another little piece of gear, throw-in star. So I was actually, when I was cleaning my cave, came upon a lot of things. This video is going to be very long, so I'm just letting you know now, because there's a lot of things I got to talk about, as well as talk about my thank you to my new subscribers, which I'll get into. Also, a couple of reviews I'm going to do, as well as, like I said, when I was cleaning up my cave, a very odd bug. I don't know what the hell it was. Never seen one like that before in my life. I can't seem to find it online. Bit me as I was cleaning out a box. And you can see I got two fang marks. One here, I'm not giving you the finger. One here, and there's one you really can't see, but it's over here. So this thing basically went pretty big distance. And whatever the hell it was packing in its fangs really almost knocked me on my ass. But thank you to Mutant Healing Factor, I shook it off and I'm alright now. Another thing that was weird, that's why I'm kind of a little loopy, is my fiance and I, as we were cleaning up the cave, we went out and we got a whole bunch of these rolls of bubble wrap and a hell of a lot of boxes and totes and everything, because we're going to be packing up my cave for the last time, here anyway. And that is because there's been a lot of break-ins around, and my cave actually got broken into 3 times already this year, and a couple of good things were stolen that, not that they were valuable, but they were important to me, and so it sucks. And we told our landlord about it, and our keys are now, like, the door is so shot that the keys don't even work. So me being the lovely ninja that I am, and being excellent in chemistry, I decided to set a little booby trap for our next would-be burglar. Unfortunately, our landlord was saying that it's illegal to do that, and as I was stopping the procedure, I was not paying attention, which I probably should have, and the chemicals that I was mixing wasn't meant to kill anybody, but mere stun somebody, flash kind of thing, and it would leave prints, so if anyone did try to steal anything. I mixed the wrong thing, and kind of went boom. And on the door, pieces of metal and from the doorknob and pieces of the door itself, the wood, went into my side over here. So that hurt like a bitch. Not gonna lie. Had to pull them out. They didn't go too deep in, and it wasn't too bad of a thing. It's a little. I'm gonna be sore as hell later, but for right now, what can I tell you? Another thing, like I said, my friends wanted to see this. This is a sword that I actually made in Japan when I was there. You can tell. I have, you can't see it too well, but I carved stuff in there. And whenever you buy a blade always has a pattern that it was sharpened or whatever it is. As you can see, mine has no pattern because I made it myself. It took a long time. But I figured I'd share that with everybody. Because my friend Tony says I should share more of my stories because I'm an interesting person. I don't see it, but what the hell? Request a request. Again, I have a lot of things I have to discuss, so I gotta get to it. Mongo Stomp Time 07, my man, Gary. I was watching your videos, and you're absolutely right about foreigners and stuff like that. I should have said illegal, because that's what I was leaning towards. It really does piss me off when that happens, when people who don't speak in English wind up getting a sales job over somebody who does speak English and actually has experience, and let's not even get into that. I did write a few things down, and unfortunately I cannot read my own handwriting right now because I was shaky when I was doing it. But I'm going to try to read these off. Mongo Stomp Time 07, Gary, I'm going to get you back to you in a second. I just wanted to thank my new subscribers because I'm up to 31 now since this morning. Very awesome. I hope I get these names right. I really do. If I didn't, I apologize. And I haven't gotten to everyone's videos yet. I've gotten to a couple. And I'll tell you, Comic Hijinks, thanks for subscribing. Pete Marie 186, thanks for subscribing. I actually checked out your Christmas haul video. Very impressive, very cool Silver Surfer background. And Blade 4127, thanks for subscribing. Appreciate it. And Mongo Stomp Time 07, I love your idea where you're going to put people's links underneath your thing. Once I figure out how to do that, I'm gonna steal that idea and put it under mine as well. I hope you don't mind. I'm not really that good. I just learned how to do a video response, so that's how slow I am lately. Let's see what else I had here. Like I said, it's gonna be a very long video. You were saying that I was watching your video with the theme music. You know, for every whenever a politician comes out, they should listen to that one song. Very cool. Me personally, I think you definitely got a good point there. But me, I think a funny thing for that is that everyone should have theme music on their birthday. I think whenever your birthday comes around, you should get your own theme music for one day, wherever you go. That's just me being weird. Let's see. What else? Oh yeah, another thing. Gary. When somebody sneezes more than twice, I don't care who it is, I put anything, even if it's your girlfriend, you can't bless them after that. They're on their own. Just messing, man. Another thing you were saying with like food stamps, totally agree. I mean, I've seen people in stores that look hard up and they need the food stamps, and I've seen them use it and buy things and then go out and, like I said, get into a BMW and drive off. So it's like, really, and the people who really need it have problems getting it. So I agree on stuff like that. And another thing, to everyone who's watching this, probably like, oh my god, what are they talking about? This is my channel. Normally it is about comics, well, at least lately, and fun stuff, but I can do what I want. It's my show. So today I'm talking about a lot of things, so not just comics and everything. So like I said, if you don't like it, fast forward. What else did I write down here? Let's see here. Alright, got through all that, yeah, that's about it with that. Anyway, let me go into a review here, and then I'm going to get back to a couple of the things that I wanted to talk about, but let's go into this real fast. This is Amazing Spider-Man number 693, the continuation of the new character Alpha. This actually was a pretty cool book, and give me 1 second here. I'm going to throw this up. This is my spoiler alert card. Still a work in progress. If you don't want to know what's in here, move ahead until you see this again. So anyway, spoiler alert. They brought back the Jackal, which was an old, interesting character, and I didn't see that coming. Um, if you don't know anything about Jackal, he likes to clone things, especially Spider-Man. But I did find this interesting. When I read the previous issue, I wasn't like really a fan of Alpha. I thought he was kind of cool, but I was like, what are they gonna do with him? But this issue I actually liked. But a few things I want to know, if anyone out there can answer them, because I'm a Spider-Man fan. Like I said, I had to skip around over the years due to money problems. But when the hell did Mary Jane get her own like restaurant, club, or whatever the hell it is? And since when is Aunt May dating J. Jonah Jameson's dad? Oh man, what issues did that come around? Let me know. But anyway, the spoiler alert is now over because I'm not going to go over much of the story. But what I think is going to happen with Alpha, because my friends were asking me, because you're a Spider-Man fan, what are they going to do with him? Three things they can do. They could give him his own book, his own series, if he does extremely well. They could turn him into a villain, or they can just kill him off and make him normal anyway. The way I see it, I think they might turn him into a villain. That's the way I'm looking at it. I think they're going to make him evil. But interesting book. Another book was the first X-Men #2. Drop a spoiler alert card there, yeah. Love this book too. It's doing pretty cool. I liked it. In this one they fight Magneto, and basically it's cool because it's the X-Men. I guess I don't know if it's an alternate X-Men or but it's definitely way before Xavier's X-Men, and it's crazy because Sabretooth is with Wolverine, and then two other people are with him, and now they're trying to recruit Magneto. So basically, it's like the X-Men were getting recruited by Wolverine instead of Professor X. That's not what this was. But this was an awesome book, too. And unfortunately, me being the bastard that I am, I was just looking at this. They make Spider-Man just now, and I got my damn thumbprint on it. Now I gotta buy another one. Son of a bitch. But this also leads me into a funny thing. My fiance, I have stacks of these I haven't had a chance to even put away yet. And she was looking at me, she's like, she goes, I don't understand why you don't put them in the bags and boards, because it's so simple, it's very easy. I was like, yes, it is simple, it is easy, but it takes some time. And right now I don't have the time to do it. So she goes, I can do it. I can do it, quick and easy. And I looked at her, and Mongo Stomp Time 07, you're totally right with like our comic community that we're in. That everybody on here is very welcoming to new people. And I'm going to get to my whole point in a second. I am as well. I'm very, I don't mind new people. By all means, ask all the questions you want, because like you said, some of us know how to do things, some of us don't. And leads into my fiance's thing. She's like, I can bag and board. So I asked her, I said, how do you bag and board a comic? Because I said, also, you're getting into it too, and I'm not going to be bagging and boarding your comics. So how do you do it? And I guess there's no real wrong way to bag a comic. There really isn't. But the one thing I was always taught is that the air is your enemy. Her way that she said she would do it is she would take the comic, stick it in the bag, and then stick the board in, which you can do it that way. It's not the way I do it, but you can do it that way. Like I said, there's no wrong answer here. But I was like, yeah, okay, and she's like, oh, it's not how you do it. I'm like, well, that's not how I do it. So then she says, she takes the comic, puts it on the board, and then slides them both into the bag. I said, all right, that's not how I do it anyway. But she's like, all right, well, how do you do it? I was like, well, what I like to do is I put the board in the bag, and then I put the comic into the bag with the board. I lay it flat so the title is facing down. I swipe across it so all the air is out as I'm holding the thing. I fold it over and I tape it once across. Other people do different. Other people put 2 pieces of tape. There's no, like I said, there's no wrong way. But what's funny is that my fiance says that she's gonna bag and board my comics probably tomorrow. So I'm gonna tape her doing it, because not that I'm gonna laugh at her. I just wanted to see her do it and just see how it is and how much time it does take to do it. So you're gonna see that. She was saying she doesn't want me to show her on camera, but at least you'll see her hands on her bagging the thing, and that's the least I can do. Moving on. Let's see here. What else did I want to talk about? This is a long video already. Actually, sorry about that. I had a little glitch on my computer for some reason, so it was a little lag kind of thing. Interesting. what I want to talk about, a couple other things actually. Uh, Mongo Stompon '07. It was funny, well not funny, but you made a good point where he was saying that Obama can't prove that he's from America, and that's pretty much one of the requirements to become president is to be from America. Totally agree, and that's why Schwarzenegger was stopped from becoming president because he's not from America. He was born in Austria. Hello. But if he did become president, then the Demolition Man movie would come that much closer to being reality. But anyway, another thing I wanted to show that my fiance picked up for me when we went shopping is this. I am not going to open it because I made her a promise, so I'm very sorry I can't show you what's in here. I can kind of describe it. It's actually a really awesome Joker poster. I got it in Walmart. It's basically the Joker walking out of Arkham Asylum through the front door. It was just really cool looking, and I wish I could open it, but I made my fiance a promise that I wouldn't because, one, there's not really any room in here for anything, and two, I'm taking down my cave, so it would be kind of stupid to open it. So this is going to be staying closed for a while. Sorry. You'd be like, oh, why'd you bring it to it then? Why don't you show it open? All right, well, I apologize. But I made a promise, and a promise is a promise, so. Another thing, my friend Tony, like I was saying he wants me to throw in more of my stories because I'm interesting. I have a few that I will tell you. So Mongo Stomp Time 07, when I was watching your video and you were saying you injured your back, I hope the girl at least noticed. But I'll tell you a few of mine so you don't feel 100% bad for sharing. And I appreciate you sharing. Love stories. Me, fun times. I have two retail stories for you that you might actually like because you said you've done retail. I know I share your pain. And one from high school that people seem to enjoy a lot, even though it caused a lot of pain. But it did put me on the map at high school, I guess. I'll tell you that one first. When I was in high school, even when obviously I had friends, I wasn't the most popular person in the world. I wasn't hated, at least not by people that I thought. I was sitting at the lunchroom table one day, and me being a martial artist, this is going to sound strange, but obviously you don't fight to fight people. You don't go around looking to kick people's asses because that's not how it works. It's for defense only, which I 100% believe in. Unfortunately, in high school, it doesn't always work that way. Word got around that I studied martial arts. Didn't get around what I studied, so thank God that helped. And word got around, and you know how it works in high school. People think they can kick your ass no matter what, and also when they hear that people think you're tough, they want to make a name for themselves, so they come after you. Fun times. Anyway, sitting at the lunchroom table, actually a lot of my friends were sick that day, just the way the cards played it out. And I was sitting with this arm laying flat like so across the lunchroom table, and I was writing something with this arm. Now, the fun part. This guy comes up to me, had no idea who the hell he was, starts yapping about BS, I hear you're tough, I hear you're a martial artist. I said, no, I'm not. I'm not going to get into it. Just kind of ignored him. Kept writing in my book. I don't know if I was doing homework or whatever it was. Can't remember. He kept going. You know how it works. Left it alone. I didn't say anything. He walks away. I figured that's it. No problem. Still have my arm like so. Now, as I turn it, I don't know if you can really see it too much. Let's see if I can turn this light off. No, that ain't going to help. Hang on. No, that ain't gonna help either. Anyway, you might have to take my word for it then. But anyway, on here, you can't see it. But right here, of course, there's a glare. Can't see it. But there is a one hell of a mark, and my friends will know all about it. As I was sitting there writing, this kid came back with a number 2 pencil and jabbed it completely through my forearm, where it was coming out through this side, but it didn't actually puncture the skin on this side. Obviously because I guess it's against the table, so it couldn't go through it. I don't know. But anyway, as I turned and looked and saw a number 2 pencil sticking out with the eraser out of my forearm, I snapped a little, just a little bit. I figured that was the perfect opportunity to prove a point that plexiglass can be broken. I got up, pulled I left the pencil in my forearm, and like I said, shouldn't have done it. Shouldn't have snapped like that. Should have kind of turned the other cheek. I shattered the kid's kneecap and threw him through a plexiglass window in the lunchroom, and it shattered the hell out of it as he hit the wall. Uh, then I jumped through the window, ripped the pencil out of my forearm, and almost jabbed it through his thing here. But I stopped myself, so I finally came to my senses. Now, my prize that I received for such a lovely thing was a week and a half in ISS, which you would think they'd probably throw my ass out, but they didn't, especially when people actually did come forward and say it was self-defense. I still can't remember what that kid's name was. Anyway, he was out for like I think almost 6 months, and if he ever stumbles upon this, sorry I shattered your kneecap with 3 or 3 plexiglass, but you did bring it on yourself, dude. Moving on. 2 other stories for you. It's gonna be an interesting video. It is long. It's for Gary, because you're a retail guy. I was working at this place in the mall, Gadgets and Gizmos, and I'm good. I was always good at sales because I can talk. My parents always said I had a silver tongue. Anyway, funniest thing is this lady comes up to me and she looks at this. They sold all these weird gadgets and crap, and they had a slot machine. And a lady comes up to me, and she says, "How much is that?" And I said it was $500. And she asked if we had layaway, and I said yes we do. And she goes, "How much do I have to put down to get the layaway?" And I said the minimum is $50. So she says, "Well, what if I put down the whole 500?" I said, "Then you own it. You don't need the layaway if you could put the whole $500 down." So she got pissed and walked away. Anyway, another odd one when I was working at Target. A lot of the people there, I was a salesperson for Target, and I'm good with people. Always have been, always will be. I'm better with animals. They just seem to click with me more. But I can handle people in ways that, as my friends say, that no other person's been able to handle people. Because a lot of times I can calm you down, I can piss you off, or I can actually get you to the point where you don't even know I'm even discussing things with you. It's weird. I guess I do have a silver tongue. But anyway, hopefully Gary will like these. I was working at Target, and there was he wasn't mentally handicapped, he was physically handicapped, but everyone thought he was mentally handicapped. He was one of the nicest guys. His name was Keith. Just a really, really cool guy, and he was confined to a wheelchair, and I liked him a lot. I thought he was just a really cool guy, and he was really hard to understand because he was physically handicapped, like, he was stuck in a wheelchair. But when you understood him, he was funny as hell. I mean, he was just a great person all around. And this lady was needed help in like these plastic bins, and he was driving by and she stopped him, and he couldn't help her because he couldn't get her out of the chair, and she couldn't understand him, and she just really made fun of him to the point where it was ridiculous. And I took great offense to that, which I didn't even know about it at the particular time, but one of the workers I was working with came over to me and said, "Can you deal with this lady, because she's really giving Keith a hard time, and she's giving us all a hard time. She's just a real bitch." And I went over and I was listening to her, just bash the hell out of this guy, just because he's handicapped. Like, "Oh, you can't reach it, I don't understand what you're talking about. How do you work here?" The guy's trying. He tries. And so I went over there, and this is probably one of the worst things I probably could have done. My manager thought it was funny as hell because he was like one thing over and listening, because sometimes I might take it a little overboard. But I decided to mess with this lady because she was being a bitch to everybody, and she really, Keith's my friend, and he's a good guy, and he shouldn't have had that happen to him. I went over there and I messed up my shirt, messed up my hair, and I went over there because she was like, "Oh, everyone here's retarded, blah blah blah, and deaf and stupid and meh." So he drove away, and you could see the tear in his eye because it's just wrong. And I went into the aisle, and I was ignoring the lady, just ignored her, and she's like, "Hello, hello." Still ignored her. She finally taps me on the shoulder, and I turn around and like, this is really wrong. So I hope people that are watching this don't get the wrong idea on this, but it was kind of like a revenge thing. And I was like, I turn around and I go, "Yeah, ma'am, can you help me find something?" And she's like, she got like all shocked, and she's like, "Oh my God!" She's like, "What the hell?" And she's like, "I was yelling at you." I was like, "I'm sorry, ma'am, I cannot hear you. I'm deaf." And she's like, "Oh," she's like, "Can you Dad. And I was like, ma'am, I'm deaf, not stupid. And it pissed her off. My boss was literally almost on the floor laughing his ass off. Like I said, this is not to be evil, but it was to be towards that lady. And she's like, you know what, this place sucks. You know, up yours. I'm like, ma'am, I heard that. And I started going like that, and I give her the finger. And she just flipped out and walked away. But is it the right thing to do? Probably not. But I figured, what the hell, a little revenge. And my friend Keith, who was there, he heard the whole thing. He came around and full force on his motorized wheelchair and just went, snapped me high five. He's like, thank you, man, thank you. I'm like, hey, no problem. So that's for you, Mongoose Time 7. A couple of little stories for you, and don't feel bad about your broken bones. I actually broke my femur one time, which is the hardest bone to break, and that hurt. But anyway, I believe I went over everything I wanted to discuss. I'm looking forward to watching a lot of videos today. So, thanks everyone. Thank you all my new subscribers. I'm getting up there. I guess I really am going to have to do a contest soon. I didn't think it was going to come around that fast, but hey, what the hell. I hope everyone enjoyed this lovely, unbelievably long rant. And I'll catch everyone later on the next episode or update, whichever. I'm hoping to get some shipment soon. Who knows? But it is almost 12 o'clock, so this part 2 might become a part 1, but who knows. Anyway, if you like what you see, hit the like button. As always, if you really like what you see and you're somebody new, hit the subscribe button. Throw all the comments up you want. Any question, request, by all means, bring it, and I'll see what I can do, and I'll answer them as quickly as possible. And catch everyone later. Thanks for watching.